Welcome everyone! Welcome to another preview. This is MetalCanyon, and we'll be checking out Deadliest Catch the Game, the alpha build demo pre-Kickstarter thingamajig. So yeah, this game is not out. It's sort of a demo in a way, an alpha build, and it's now on Kickstarter to try and entice you to support the developers in creating this game. So let's click play. Season length, time compression, we'll leave that as is. Now, if you've never seen Deadliest Catch, that's pretty much a Discovery Channel series, a reality show that's been going on for many seasons. It's sort of like my guilty pleasure every now and then, even though I do understand that, you know, a lot of this stuff is very scripted. But yeah, it's my guilty pleasure. Every now and then I'll binge on a season or two of it, just because I enjoy seeing the Bering Sea and everything. Anyway, let me actually load audio, master volume, lower. Okay, there we go. Yeah, it is about the real life profession of these fishing boats on the Bering Sea, going out to some very unpleasant environments and dangerous environments in the ocean to try and catch mostly crabs. They also catch fish and so on, but the main moneymaker is king crabs and opilio crabs and so on. And it's a very, I mean, at least the series portrays it as a very tough job. And I don't doubt it. I don't think I would survive being 36 hours without sleep, working on a bloody crab vessel, freezing my arse to death. So anyway, I was always very interested in these simulation / management type games. There was another game that came before this many years ago that I cannot remember for the life of me the name of, but it was also a crab vessel simulation where you were the captain of your crab vessel. You went around, you dropped your pots, which are pretty much the cages which you catch crabs in, and it was kind of clunky, but still a lot of fun at the same time. And now I was very excited about this being a modern take on the whole thing. So, like I said, this is just an alpha demo, pre-Kickstarter thing, so a lot of the stuff will be unfinished, clunky, buggy, etc. So anyway, once we're here in the at the port, we have several options. We can go to upgrades, which is upgrades for our ship. Resistant hydraulic system, resistant mesh, hooks, spacious hold, pod slots, special hydraulic oil that contains special oil which is more resistant to low temperatures. Hold walls is isolation, keep crabs safe from unexpected vessels movement. And we've got some automation, automated crane withdrawal, crane setting, coiler. Okay. And then we got bigger tanks, hold hoppers, ship stabilizers, starboard sensors, and so on and so forth. I don't mind the upgrades, but I would have liked to see actual ship upgrades and maintenance stuff. Because one of the big satisfactions in in the other game was that while you used your crab vessel, things on it started wearing down, things could break apart and so on, and you had to either repair or replace them or even upgrade like the engines with bigger engines, and of course that was a very expensive job. But here, at least for now, it doesn't seem to be possible. So let's go to the skills, where you can buy skills, various skills with your money, of which I only have 7,500 right now. So we can buy more efficient baits that allure more crabs and keep freshness for a longer time. Let's buy that for now. And let's go to resourcefulness and get a shop's discount. I don't really know why these things are in games, because it's only $1,000 anyway, so of course you're going to get it, and if you don't get it immediately before going to the shop, you're just going to scratch your head and restart. So let's go to the shops, and because we only, for some reason, start with 2 crab pods, I'm going to buy, well, just 1 more crab pod, because yeah, it still says 1,000 even though it says 850, so that discount doesn't seem to be coming into play. It doesn't matter. Alright, so let's buy that crab pot. We only have 500 left, So I'm going to get some more fuel here. There. Lovely. Alright, so now we can pretty much go. There's a fines office. If you catch crabs that are females or too small. And the processing plant where you offload your crab to get paid. So let's go to the crab vessel. Once you do this, you get to select where in the Bering Sea you want to go. And to help you decide, of course, in real life, captains seem to have to rely on their intuition more than anything. They do get these maps where it tells them how hot or cold the sea is. And they, of course, also know where it's muddy, rocky, and so on. So the game tells you that the best area to catch crab is in the muddy or sandy areas around 4 degrees. So something like this. There we go. It says on the bottom right that this is 4.1 degrees and 67 meters depth, and it's sandy. So that's where we're going. It's going to be 254 kilometers to get there, 9.5 hours, and 1,800 liters of fuel. I'm playing with a metric system, of course, because these are American ships. You can also play with the weird Imperial system, which I cannot understand, but there you go. You can switch between the two. If you want to play more authentically, you can switch to the, you know, feet and inches and fingers and knees and sausages. Anyway, so here we are on the crab boat. Now the graphics, I do have to say, are fairly nice for a Kickstarter alpha. They're yeah, nothing to complain about. I mean, look at this sunset over here. Now here is where the weird stuff starts. Let me use this to turn on all the lights of the ship, even though those don't seem to be on, but I do believe they are. At least now, I think they have that planned, but at least now you are a captain of your ship and you've decided that the best way to make money is to work alone. So you're all alone. Yep, that's it. There's no one else with you. I do like that effect of the lights hitting the water and sort of illuminating them a slight greenish. I do like that. Yeah, you're all alone. You have no deck hands. You're not really a captain. You're some weird dude that decides to be suicidal and go do everything himself. I understand what they tried to do. They tried to get you the crabbing experience. But let me just show you before I start complaining. So, let's prepare the pots. So first of all, we have to get a pot ready, which means we have to operate this big crane with this. I think usually when they operate these cranes, they operate them from here, from this control panel. But in this, actually, can I still do that from here? Yes, I can. Oh no, yeah, I can. But of course you have to do it from this side. You do get a nice little X on the ground there, which shows you where you're going. There we go, press space. And then we simply bring it over here and press space again. And that pot is ready. So yeah, that's pretty, okay, that's pretty good. So now we need some bait. We already have some prepared bait, but if you need to prepare more bait, you can get a herring bait block or a sardines bait block or a sorry bait block. Or sorry, I don't know. You get the bait block and you put it into the grinder. Look at that. Ugh, gruesome. And you simply click on this and let's put it back into the fridge because otherwise the bait goes bad apparently. There we go. And that's it. That's the last part. So let's put this bait into the cage. Now I don't know what difference the different bait makes. I guess later on they will tell you which bait is best for which crabs. So there we go. Now we have the buoys ready. And now we simply have to get this thing off. You can use the controls over here. Or you can use the controls over here. Of course, this is not very realistic. All the controls usually are over here, I believe. That guy operates pretty much everything. He operates the crane, this thing, the hydraulics, the winch here, the coiler. So, let's see which one it is. Winch hook, coiler, table, crabs, E to raise. There we go. So we raise this and then raise it again and off it goes. Bye. So because of course we're a guy that's all alone here, we have to go to the wheelhouse and get this boat into gear. I'm going to go into gear 4, and it very unrealistically immediately shoots up to 10, 15. There's almost 10 knots now, 20 kilometers per hour, and it's gonna go to like 24. So yeah, also stopping is, you can pretty much stop on a dime. It's very unrealistic, but oh well, this is just a Kickstarter alpha. So let's get this thing back. Let's press R to lower it, and then press R again, and then use the crane to get another pot. Let's do that. You really cannot bump into things at the moment, and I hope the game will not crash, because it did crash last time when I was doing this thing. There we go. There, we get more bait. So I understand what they try to do here. They try to give you the crew experience, so you can actually do things yourself and see how it is to be a Bering Sea fisherman. But having no other crew members is, I don't know, to be honest, it's a bit bizarre. Like I said, I believe they have them planned, but it's just, I don't know. It's very strange, and it's also very annoying, because doing all of this stuff yourself, it doesn't feel right. No, go there. No. Where are you now? Come on. There. This is the last pot I have. Now, usually I have like 100 or 200 pots. These things, these crab boats. It's pretty crazy. Let's get more bait. Let's put it into the pot. Oop. Close that, otherwise you lose all the crabs. Take out a buoy. Put it on there. Come on. Look at that. It's already very dark now. And let's tip that over. Okay. Now comes the waiting part. Because, well, we only have 3 pots. Now comes the waiting part. We need to wait somewhere from 10 to 20 hours for these pots to soak. So that basically means I'm going to go into neutral. And look at that. We're in neutral. We're stopping from 24 kilometers per hour to 0 in just a few seconds, pretty much. It's crazy. So I'm going to wait. Let's wait a little more. Let's wait 15 hours. There we go. So now we go to the map. And here's the weird thing. You don't actually move your boat like in the game I was mentioning. You want to go to the one that's very sort of strange. You want to go to this one, 1605. So this one was there for 16 hours. It's gonna take us just 1 minute to get there. And let me exit. And there it is. I need to go forward a little bit. So let's... Here's the thing. In the real crab boats seem to be going at a steady pace. You see all these pots in the distance here that I've placed. They seem to go at a steady pace, so the crew members can get the pots, empty them, sort the crab, and then they go to the next one. But over here, because you're alone, all you can hope to do is get to the pot over here that I cannot even see very well right now. There, oh, I'm already too far. Go back, reverse. Look at that. Look how quickly I can go. All right, let's just do it like this. And you have to put the boat into neutral and then just do your stuff. It's really kind of weird. So let's get the hook and let's throw it. Whoop. Yep. And now you have to alternate left and right click, but keep it in the green. You cannot go into the red because apparently then you snap the wires. Okay, so now we can turn on the coiler. There we go. So that'll pull the crab up. I mean the crab pot. And now I need the winch. So let's lower the winch. Take the hook. Attach it to the crab pot, and then you just sort of move it here. Like I said, this is just a demo. And now we can get sorting. We just need to bring the table closer. Oh, lift the launcher first. How do I do that? Oh, this, right? No, not that. This. Yeah, okay. Now I can bring it over. And now we can open the crab pot. Yeah. And get the crabs that are in there. There we go. And whoosh. Kind of unsatisfying, but oh well. Oh no, it's gonna crash. Oh. Whew, that was weird. I thought it was gonna crash there. Let's move it back to the sorting place. Now we could just put this pot back if the crab count was good. Now, here comes the really interesting stuff. Crab sorting. Like I said, you can only get males that are large enough. Females and small crabs are not allowed and have to be thrown back into the sea. If you bring them back with you in too big a quantity, you will get fines that are quite hefty. So, how does the sorting work? We got 34 crabs. You click on a crab, it doesn't matter which one, and then you click on... No, you press space on this one, and you see those little things going. You practically don't have to do anything. You can speed it up by doing this, and it'll tell you it's enough, it's big enough, but it's a female because it doesn't have a triangle down here. Now this is kind of really bizarre to me. So I press... wait, what do I press? I press... D. No, A, which is bad for the left. There. This is kind of weird because if you go over here... What was it? Was it... Pause menu... Was it F1? Let me see. Open, close guidebook. There we go. I went through all of this guidebook because, you know, I wanted to learn about the game first. And here it is. Rules of crab sorting. So I was reading all this. Okay, male and adult, females and juveniles are forbidden. Female crabs have a wide abdominal flap that covers most of the underside of the abdomen. I was like really looking closely, trying to make this bigger, and I wasn't really satisfied with how it, you know, do I know how they look? Okay, so these are males, these are females. Okay, I need to remember that. Size. Okay, how will I know? Do I have to look at the size visually? Because in real life, I believe, well, I mean, once you get experience, you just know, but they have these plastic little things that they can put around them, and it'll show you whether the crab is big enough or not. You know, so I was thinking about all of that. Okay, I need to keep an eye out on that, be careful about that. And then I come to this, you click on a crab, you press space, and you just do this. You can literally just do this. And there. It is a male crab of sufficient size. I don't know, what's the point in all of that? Why not just give you the option of doing it yourself? You know, if there's such a... Yeah, this is going to be a good one because it's a male, you can see, and it's a big enough size. But, you know, what's the point of all of this if all you're just doing is waiting for these things to fill out and tell you what it is anyway? I mean, once you get, you know, once you see that, okay, you see that this is a female because the abdomen is completely covered and it is big enough, but it's a female, you already know that it's no good. You can put it back. No, this is another female, so it's not good. You can put it back, and so on and so forth. But I don't know. This fills up too quickly to be useful. I mean, to be useful, to give you a chance to actually do things yourself. Yeah, I suppose you couldn't. This one is too small, of course. This one is a female and too small. You know, you don't have to actually press space, I suppose. But if you don't press space, they're kind of further away. Now this one's good because it's big enough and it's a male. It's kind of bizarre. Now the other thing that's really gotten me surprised is, look, we got 34 crabs, right? So because we have no crew members, we have to do all of this ourselves. This one is too small, I think. Yeah. And it's a female. This one is too small. This one is going to be big enough, but yeah, it's good. So you have to go through all of them, too small, through all of these guys yourself. And remember, this is one pot. You can have like, I don't know how many pots you can have in this game. Most likely you cannot have a full like 150 or 200 pots. That would be just insane. But you have to do this for each pot. Can you imagine how tedious that's gonna get? Jeez. Look at too small. Look at this. I mean, I like the idea, but the only way I can see this working is if they went for a multiplayer option. If you have a ship crew full of players, so let's see, I don't know how many they have, like 5 or 6 deck crew and a captain. But, you know, where the heck are you going to get that many people to play with you without being idiots? You know, random people. Where are you going to get 5 or 6 friends to... Oh, I didn't want that. Let's undo. To play with you a niche game like this. You're never going to do this. So this game desperately needs a crew. You know, an AI crew. So there we go. That was one sword. So now we have to get our tote. Some of these crab boats seem to have like a conveyor belt that does it for you. So here's the good crabs. We only have 13. That's not a very good catch at all. Which means that we shouldn't stay here. We should go to... there we go. So those crabs are now in there. And now the bad crabs we have to take and throw overboard. And you do that by sort of catapulting them and left-clicking on the sea. Come on. How do I do it? There we go. Woo! Bye! We're still going. There they go. Yeah. Partly that's disappointing for me because I was hoping that this would... Oh, let's try to put this thing away. I've never tried that before. Because we're not staying here. It's not good enough. Not enough crabs. Wait, what? How do I... Oh, there we go. Yeah, I was really hoping for a captain simulation where you would be a captain of your own boat and you would have a crew just like in that other game I mentioned that I cannot still remember the name of. And, you know, the crew would have RPG elements, so they would get hungry, tired, happy or unhappy with their wage, and so on and so forth. They could get injured, and you would have to steer your boat, decide where to put your pots, and so on. But this is... I cannot really see this being an enjoyable game. It's just tedious at this point. It's interesting to have all this, to inspect the crabs and such, but having to do all of this stuff yourself, no, that's not going to work at all. Now, if they do give you an AI crew and you just decide where you want to be on here on the crew, maybe you want to operate the hydraulics, maybe you want to throw the hooks and such, you know, and all the other people will help you and they'll also sort. Yeah, that could be a lot more enjoyable, of course. But I think, personally at least, the most enjoyable thing would be if you were to be the captain of your ship and you would hire a crew. Let's go full speed. And you would have to maintain the ship, you would have to pay your crew, get the quota of the crab, and so on and so forth. I think that would be a lot more enjoyable than what it is right now at this moment. I mean, I do have to say, the ship is nicely modeled. None of these dials work, of course. That would be nice if they did. But this is just an alpha Kickstarter demo. And, wow, it's raining inside as well. And the, there we go. The frames per second have dropped to like 25 before. Now they're back up to 60. But yeah, it's kind of like an odd one for me, this. I really do hope that they're thinking about giving the option of being a captain and managing your ship, because I think that would be a lot more enjoyable than just having to do all of this stuff yourself. Because like I said, at the moment it is just way too tedious to go through 4 pods doing this or 3 pods doing this, let alone doing this with, like, I don't know, 30, 40, 50 pods. That would be just insane. I don't think I could do that. Way too much work. So yeah, there we go. Not a horribly positive preview, I suppose, but there you go. I hope you've enjoyed it. Anyway, like I said, go and check out the Kickstarter and see if they are thinking about doing AI, because I do believe they were talking about giving you a management simulation, because people have expressed interest in that more than just doing everything yourself. So do read the Kickstarter. I'll put the links down below in the description, and it's very loud because there's a storm going on. I want to go back in the wheelhouse where it's warm and it's not raining for the most part, even though it is. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.